Welcome to Action Coaching. It's another Wednesday, and God got an exciting word for us here on Action Coaching. I want to encourage you to hit share, and let others know that Action Coaching is on the air, and they need to be a part of this session on this week. Everybody needs a coach in life, and you cannot make it without a coach. So that's why Action Coaching is designed to help you reach your God-given potential in life. So we certainly thank God for you. Now, I've been talking for the past several weeks on success principles. I've been talking about these things that I believe that people need to understand in order to be successful in every aspect of their life. These are not all of the principles, but these are just some that I feel that are most important that I want to talk to you on this week. Now, this week, I want to talk to you about overcoming pain. Yes, let me say that one more time, overcoming pain. All of us will have pain at some point in our life, but it's not so much the pain, but it's how we learn to overcome it and to understand the different aspects or impact on our life that pain will have. Proverbs 13 in the scriptures says that hope deferred makes the heart sick. Now, what does that mean? It means that all of us are built in such a way that everything we do want to make sure that it is pleasing, that it always turn out the right way, that we're always satisfied, that it's always pleasing to us. And it's consistently known that we as individuals will run quickly toward pleasure and less from pain. So all of us need to understand that pain plays a very important aspect in our life. So when we're not getting the things that please us, then we all run away from the pain. So just as pain is in existence, there are things in life that are going to cause us pain. And many of you may be like any of us have grown up. The first thing you wanted to do is avoid the pain, avoid conflict, avoid even getting in that situation. So consequently, most of people's life has been running away from the pain or avoiding the pain, just never dealing with it, when eventually, no matter how long you put it off, you're eventually going to have to come back to the same painful situation and meet it head on. So let's talk about the first point, is that there's no way to avoid pain. It's going to happen. But pain has a purpose, because if there is no pain, you'll never know the level of commitment that you have to put in something in order to be successful. When I was growing up, they used to say, no pain, no gain. Now, they might have meant it one way, but the bottom line, it was a very true saying, that any gains in life is going to cause some pain. Pain is not a bad thing. Pain is designed so that we can reassess certain situations, so that we can clarify the intent that we have in any given purpose. Say, like, if anyone is involved in a relationship, and most people equate a relationship as long as everything is going well. We are in a good relationship. Sad to say that no two people are going to be perfect all of the time. There are going to be some painful situations, some bumps in the road, the way you may speak to each other or the way you may misunderstand stuff that will cause you pain. Even in our relationship in God, most people think that everything we ask God should be yes. God should never say no. That whatever I want, God should just instantly say yes so that we can be happy. But however, there are going to be some answers from God that are painful. And so pain comes. It lets you know that you care. It causes you to reassess some things. What are you really wanting out of this situation? Are you wanting everything your way and nobody else's way? Or do you come to understand that there are going to be certain times that pain is going to be involved? So none of us can avoid pain. Pain is necessary for our full growth. I remember when we were kids, and as kids, you start the growing process. And as you begin to experience the growing process, then certain things begin to hurt or ache that you never had that bothered you before. Then, of course, you can go to the doctor, and I've been to the doctor. My parents took me to the doctor, and I said, well, my knees are hurting all of a sudden. I don't know what's causing this. And the doctor began to explain, well, you're growing. But I couldn't equate how growing need to be painful. Why couldn't I just grow and not have any pain? That's the way it is in life with so many people. They want to grow without the pain, but you can't grow unless you have the pain. Because in your growing process, it helps you reassess. It helps you refocus on that particular incident and understand that some pain is necessary. Not all pain is personal. It's just necessary and you can't avoid it. And when I say not all pain is personal, there may be a pain in, if you're a business owner, having to let go an employee that's simply just not doing their job. You like them, you love them, you respect them, and you know you're going to have some pain when you have to release them from the employment of your service. They've just not been effective enough, and you can't keep avoiding it, so you just have to make the painful decision sometime to let them go. Anybody in leadership understand the pain that they feel when they have to make decisions that others are not going to understand, that others are going to feel like you did them wrong. But however, we must understand that in life, pain is a necessary ingredient for success in life. The Bible says it this way. It says, if I had not been afflicted, I would have went astray. If you had had pain in some of the things that were not good for you, you probably would have kept on doing the same old till it ended up in a terrible result. So in life, in business, in anything, there is going to be pain, and you have to learn how to not only overcome pain, but how to deal with pain and put it in its proper perspective. So I've learned that, and I wanted to share it with you on today. Now remember, my first point is, I know most people want to avoid pain, but eventually you're going to have to face it. The more you keep putting off that painful situation, the more it's going to grow in you, the more it's going to affect you, until ultimately you got to get it all out. I feel like a lot of times when people start an emotional place as far as releasing their pain, is basically because so much pain they had tried to put off and did not want to deal with comes out all of a sudden at one time. I get it. When I first started pastoring a church, and during that time, everybody loved me. Everybody was, oh, you great, you nice, you wonderful. But then when you had to make painful decisions, and you had to deal with the pain of the same people leaving or not liking you anymore, but that pain was necessary to keep me focused. I'll be right back to talk some more about pain.
As I mentioned before I left, I wanted to show you about how to clean your chicken. So I got some here now, but I've already cleaned mine for the episode. But I want to show you how to clean it so that when you get it, you don't think that you can get those wings and go on and cook them without using this process. So the first thing I do is get a paper towel. I get a paper towel and I dry each wing off. And depending on how many pieces you have to clean, I just usually take a paper towel and tear it in half so I don't have to use up all my paper towel. If there is anything on there that's hairy, then I burn it off. Then I turn it over and I make sure that all of the hairy fellows are gone.
Welcome back. I'm continuing to talk about pain because I believe that the way you overcome pain, the way you deal with pain is important to your success. Now, in this next point, let's talk about emotional pain. And then the third point will be physical pain. Or perhaps we can flip them around and we'll talk about the physical pain first and the emotional pain second. I don't often share this, but some years ago, I had a stroke. Now, of course, when the stroke happened, there was some physical pain, some physical displeasure that was happening in my body, and of course it was necessary to rush me to the hospital, and the doctors began to do their work. And there was some pain initially. And then whenever you're experiencing physical pain, the first thing that goes through your mind is, why did this have to happen? What did I do to cause this? But the issue of it is that you feel the pain. Just as in anything you decide to do, whether it's working out, whether it's staying on the job late and you are exhausted from the pain of a long day. You're active in sport, you get hit, maybe your arm get broken, your leg get broken, different injuries happen, and they are physical pain. Now, physical pain is going to happen. I don't know of anybody that have went to get a vaccination of any kind, and you see them bring that long needle out there, and all of a sudden in your mind, you decided this is going to hurt. And chances are, now there's some people that say the needle doesn't hurt them. Okay, we give you credit, you great people. But to the most of us, when they stick it in, the first thing we feel is that pain. And so it's a physical pain. And just as I was talking to you about when I had the stroke, the first thing I had to deal with when I kind of came to myself was the physical pain. Okay, my whole right side was not working. I was having trouble speaking. And physically, I'm saying in my mind, why can't I do this? However, the physical pain was there. Have you ever been in a place when you're having physical pain and it caused you not to function in other areas? The fact that that pain is so bad, you can't even concentrate. You can't even move forward. You just ache all of the time. That's that physical pain. And when I had that physical pain, you laying there, you understanding that, yes, I have the physical pain, but the problem is that when the physical pain begins to become attached to the emotional pain, that's when it's most devastating. That when your emotions get involved in the physical pain and you have not properly put your emotions and your physical pain in the proper place, then you start to view pain differently. Just as I said before, some things you're going to have to do, they're going to cause physical pain. But that's a part of it. You'll never experience the joy of recovering, the joy of overcoming certain incidents unless there is some physical pain. But however, as I was talking about my sickness, I had the physical pain. Now, what the physical pain did to my emotional pain is why I am laying there. I am trying to figure, what in the world am I going to do? I can't afford to be like this. I've got to get up from here. There are too many things and people that are dependent upon me, and I can't be here laying on the bed, though physically I could not do anything at that particular moment. And so when my emotions tied into that, you start saying those what ifs. What do you mean by those what ifs? A lot of people live with what ifs. Have you ever been with a person, and most of the time it frustrates all of us, and they'll give you the what if. What if you get on the plane and it crash? Well, certainly nobody's thinking about getting on the plane for it to crash. Or what if you get sick at this particular point and you die? Nobody is thinking about that at that particular moment. That is not the way we can live. That is not the way we can function. Sometimes people are like, everybody else can be free of any sickness but you. Because when it comes down to you, what if you get this? What if you get that? What if you can't? And then when emotions get involved, you all of a sudden become so concerned. I'm scared to get on planes because they're going to crash. Well, you know you're not even on the plane now for it to crash. But you're just afraid. You're just afraid in life. You're afraid to take steps because that pain physically has now moved to the emotional level. Now, I talked about the physical pain. Now let's talk about how to deal with the emotional pain. I never will forget when I'm laying in the room, suffering with my sickness, feeling sorry for myself, that a doctor came in, not going to call her name. I understand she was of German descent, and she began to talk to me. And she began to say, well, I heard you were a Christian. And the only thing I could do was just nod my head at that particular moment. And she says, well, isn't it in your religion that Jesus died for everybody? And I shake my hand again. And then she began to say, well, if Jesus died for everybody, don't you think his death is enough and that you should live? Right then and there, for me, she ministered to my emotional pain, meaning that the emotional pain had to face, what am I going to do about this? Am I going to lay here and not do anything? Am I going to give up on everything and just say this is my lot in life? But when the emotions kicked in the right way, then it helped me to understand we got to conquer this. We've got to do what it takes. to overcome this. We got to make the necessary adjustments that we never be in this position anymore. And thus, when the emotional pain is in its proper place, you begin to make the adjustments. I'm saying that because if you intend to be successful in business, successful in life, there are going to be points where you have to make painful decisions. You can have friends, you like them, and you enjoy them, but however, when you look long term, you know that the key to your success is you may have to let them go so you can move on to bigger and better things. They're just not the people you can take to the next level with you. There are decisions that you got to make. They're painful, yes. I've seen and counseled people in business that have come in and had to lay off 200 employees at once. Now, the employees sometimes can take it personal, but at the end of the day, it's going to be personal anyway. It's going to be personal that you laid them off, or it's going to be personal that you can't pay them. But the bottom line, it's going to be personal, and it's going to be painful on both ends. But understand that the pain must be dealt with to keep the clarity and the focus. If you want to be successful in any endeavor, you got to learn how to deal with your pain. Pain is going to happen. Pain is a part of the process. I close with this. Amazing that it is to have kids. But when the mother get ready to bring forth that baby, oh yes, you see pain like you never seen it before. But it's amazing that the pain can be ever so high. But the minute that baby comes forth, it's almost like they've forgotten about the pain for that moment and said, hand me my child. I'm saying the key to your success is understanding that there'll be some painful decisions you have to make and deal with that pain. But however, it's a part of the process. I'll be right back to talk to you. Well, I trust on today I didn't have time to give you all of how to deal with pain, but I think you're starting to understand that pain is a part of the process of greatness. There are going to be some things that you're going to have to let go. Yes, they hurt. There are going to be some things that you encounter that are painful to you, but it's necessary. You got to learn how to deal with it. You can't avoid it. You just got to face it head on. Don't be that person that go through your whole life trying to avoid experiencing pain, avoid situations that might cause you pain, only to realize that no matter how much you avoid them, you eventually are going to have to face them. So I know that this has been a blessing for you on today. I certainly want to encourage you to sit down and support us here at Action Coaching. We desire to do bigger and better things concerning action coaching. Have more creative ways to reach out to you, more creative ways to help you, educate you better as to the points we're trying to bring to you, and of course, reaching others with action coaching. So I want to challenge you on today to sit down and sow a special seed for the support of action coaching. We need your financial support, and we would love to hear from you. There's a link in my bio that'll give you a host of ways as to how you can support us here at Action Coaching. And we will be so ever thankful for your support. So do it now. Support us here at Action Coaching so that we can continue bringing these powerful coaching sessions into your home. Well, the Lord bless you. Certainly enjoyed talking to you. Before I go, I want to encourage you. Make sure you tune in to First Lady Mary Jackson for her More Than Life on Friday. It will be a blessing to you. And of course, join us for a powerful word on Sunday morning. You need that word. We thank you so much for your love and support, and we want to encourage you to continue tuning in because each and every round goes higher. Well, the Lord bless you. I certainly enjoyed talking to you, and as I do each and every week, share the word with a friend and keep the word in action.